And welcome back to the Kiosk Presents. You know, it's a beautiful 90-degree day right here in Buffalo and Niagara Falls, New York. So what better time to talk about all things summer? And to do that, we've got a very special guest. You've probably seen her on the Today Show. She's a fashion journalist, a lifestyle and beauty expert, Jene Luciani. How are you, Jene?
I'm doing well. How are you? I'm trying to beat the heat here with the 90 degrees. We have the same weather here in New York.
Yeah, well, you know what? We've been looking forward to it all winter long and a very wet spring. So summer's here and we're ready to go. Now, you know, a few months ago, my wife and I actually sat down and spent a few hours kind of planning everything that we were going to do for our summer vacation. And now I'm finding out you've actually got something that can help reduce the time and help you get organized for your summer vacation plans.
Exactly. Well, you know, you don't want to add any unnecessary stress onto yourself when you're talking about planning your summer travel. So the most important thing is to use a tool to get organized. So I found this Microsoft OneNote travel notebook, this really amazing tool. You can actually put all of your websites, your reservation, confirmation numbers, even important health information into the notebook, and then you can access it from any phone or computer anywhere in the world as long as you're an office user. And wherever you're traveling, you have the information right at your fingertips. And also they have all these really great tips from Travel and Leisure magazine. So you have packing lists and expense trackers, all these really great tools to kind of take the stress away from planning that summer vacation.
Wow, that's fantastic because, you know, my wife and I have like a file folder full of all these printouts and everything else, but this sounds like a much more convenient way to do that business.
Exactly. Well, I'm a busy mom and I often travel alone with my toddler. And like you said, I have the file too, and I can't be fishing around for papers. So I really need something that's easy to access. And God forbid you lose something or you need to bring an immunization record. Everything is here at your fingertips with the OneNote travel notebook.
Wow, that's super. Now you're going to laugh, but my wife and I love every year in the month of June visiting the state of Arizona, where we go to the Grand Canyon and Phoenix, and we're going to be going to Tombstone, Arizona in a few weeks in the middle of summer. That's probably one of the most sunny, hot, but it's a dry heat places to go. Can you give us some tips on what we should do to make sure our skin doesn't get all dried out like prunes?
Well, first of all, you are daring, and I hope you drink plenty of water while you're there. But I'm assuming, you know, when you spend any amount of time in the sun, it's probably safe to say that we all have some sun damage. So I found this really great skincare line called Bioxidia, their Miracle 48 Diamond Excellence Mask. So even if you get a little sunburn or you've just had a hot day in the Arizona desert, as you mentioned, and you want to put it on for some soothing and hydration, it's made out of silicone, it's infused with serum, and it also helps to erase those signs of sun damage that we all have. So it's sort of like being proactive and starting now and starting with a clean slate for this summer.
Right. Well, you know, and even in addition to just the care for your skin and everything else, and of course, we've got a lot of people coming right here to our area to visit Niagara Falls over the course of the summer. You know, one of the big concerns is skin cancer. I mean, that's a big thing to be concerned about, you know, when the sun's out and bright and shining like it is.
Absolutely, and there was a new article in the New York Times that said that melanoma rates are rising 2% per year, despite the fact that people are using sunscreen now more than ever. So unfortunately, we are using the sunscreen, but we're not reapplying it enough. We're not using it properly. We're not putting enough on. So you have to remember that with the sunscreen, folks. Don't just put it on in the beginning of the day and then forget about it. You have to use it properly. And you also want to look for something that's non-toxic, just like these products here, non-toxic, paraben-free, really important when you're talking about putting something on your skin. And then another great thing to remember is that hats and clothing are that first barrier to that harmful UV radiation. So don't forget the hats, people, right? You can just roll it up, put it in your suitcase, and great styles for men and women that you want to remember that just have that first line of defense, and that along with your sunscreen will really protect you as much as you need.
Well, fantastic. Now, can you give us any, I mean, I always love visiting New York City during the summer. Niagara Falls here is a great place to go, and as you know, I'm going to be heading out to Arizona. What other places do you like to go to during the summer?
Well, I would tell everyone to head down to the shore points. As I'm sure you know, we were hit pretty hard down here by Hurricane Sandy, and they've worked really hard to kind of rebuild everything. So I encourage everybody to visit the shore, see what they've been doing there, invest money back into those businesses. Of course, wear your sunscreen before you hit the beach, but and remember that there's great places here to go right here in New York State too.
Absolutely. Well, Jene, I really appreciate your time today. We appreciate you joining us, and if you have time yourself, come and visit us in Niagara Falls, okay?
I would love to. I have not been there, I think, since I was a kid, so it's time.
Oh, it's wonderful, especially
Yes.
this time of year. Thanks again for joining us on the Kiosk Presents.
Thank you so much.